Good morning, everybody. Start of day 10. Just leaving Ironmasters Mansion Hostel in Pine Grove Furnace State Park. That was a good stay. Missy just made pancakes in the morning. She's an amazing lady. It's a one-man operation there, so that's a lot of work, and so I really appreciate that. Very cold this morning. Well, I don't say very cold. It's like 36 right now, but this is pretty chilly. Forecast for our at or below freezing tonight, so I'll have to sleep with a filter and stuff, so I can't let the filter freeze, that kind of stuff. But we should warm up a little bit. It's only like 7:30 now, so I'm getting a reasonably early start. Plan today is we're gonna push it and see if we can do 15. Puts us at the Alec Kennedy shelter, I believe it was. May set up my tent. But there is like an 11 or 12 mile campsite bailout option if that's a little bit too far. So anyway, got a full belly and it's early. Hiking, it's not totally flat today, but I mean by AT standards it's relatively flat, but it's not like we're just walking through fields or anything like that. So we'll catch up with you up the trail. All right, everybody. Give you a quick update overlooking this nice babbling brook here. 10:30, so we've been on the trail for about 3 hours. We've done 6.81 miles, so that's over 2.25 miles an hour. So I seem to be really moving today. Trail is nice, powered by pancakes this morning and nice walking trail conditions today. So there is a general store about 1.3 miles ahead, and so looks like they serve sandwiches. Let's hope that they're open. The guidebook says they are, but you never know. So we'll see you at the, I think it's called the Green Mountain General Store. Okay, everybody. If you hike the Appalachian Trail and don't come to the Green Mountain General Store, you're doing it wrong. All right, everybody. Almost to the top of the climb. Just after that general store. Met that couple that started from Harper's Ferry on the same day. We hiked together stayed at the same campsite for the first 3 nights, and then they were also there at the Birch Run shelter. They too did not have any bed bug issues, so I think I escaped that. Although there was someone snoring at that shelter that night, and I was like, man, I had trouble sleeping because that person's snoring, and they admitted they thought it was me. So it was not me, but that was funny. But feeling pretty good, right? That lunch is gonna help. I packed out the second part of that sandwich for dinner tonight. I think having a good breakfast helped too, so maybe I need to invest a little bit more in fueling. But again, thank you to Missy for those pancakes. I forgot to mention Missy was, I was talking with the proprietor of the hostel last night, and just kind of cool stories about the people that she meets and everything. She said the previous proprietor left to do exorcisms full time. So I don't know, perhaps the exorcism market is better than the market for sort of hostel proprietors. But she claims that the past proprietor said that the Ironmasters mansion was haunted, but I did not see any evidence of paranormal activity. But anyway, about to hit the rest of this climb, catch up with you up the trail. Still on the same climb, but I forgot to mention that one of the other hikers asked if the proprietor had ever seen The Shining, and she said no, she wasn't familiar. And I was like, man, if you are in charge of keeping being the proprietor of a sort of spooky old building, and you go through long periods in the winter where you're all alone, that's got to be the most relevant sort of work of fiction or movie that you can imagine. But she wasn't familiar, so if anyone has a spare copy of Stephen King's The Shining just laying around, send it to Missy at the Ironmasters Mansion in Pine Grove Furnace State Park, and I promise I will reimburse you the shipping costs when I get home. Okay, enough random talk. Let's keep hiking. All right, everybody. So the Far Out app that I use shows me upcoming points of interest. So that could be road crossings or streams to refill water, you know, views, campsites, etc. And so the next thing that I'm supposed to come across is Old Town Road. Now, if you're like me, that makes you think of the, I believe it is Lil Nas X, Billy Ray Cyrus collaboration. Now, unfortunately, I don't really know the words. So all I've got stuck in my head is, I'm gonna hike myself to Old Town Road. I'm gonna walk till I can't no more. But that's all I've got. I don't have cell service, so I can't look up the lyrics. But anyway, if you're wondering what I think about all day, it's randomness like that. All right, everybody. In a desperate bid to get Old Town Road out of my head, all right, I can't live like this, so we need to think of other songs that we can sort of modify with hiking lyrics. So I was thinking Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. All right, it's got that iconic bass line, right? Doom, 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 doom. Right, and then they bring in the piano. Right, it's fantastic. So I was thinking like, hiking 9 to 5. What a way to spend a living. And so maybe you guys can take a crack at sort of modifying some verses and or the chorus and come up with some lyrics, right? The only thing that we can't change is it's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. Okay, about to hit a climb here, so we got to put this way, get the hiking poles back out. Okay, everybody, we have reached something called the Rock Maze according to the guidebook, so let's hope we don't get lost. If you ever wonder, hey, what happened to Deep End? Oh yeah, he got lost in the Rock Maze. They found his body years later. Let's try to avoid that. All right, let's suck in the gut, people. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. All right, why blaze? Why blaze? We'll figure it out from there. All right, I'm gonna have to turn this off. Oh, we're going that way. I'm gonna have to turn this off and sort of scoot down. Okay, so the trail takes you to the right, then to the left to Maine. However, I see a blaze over there, so I could easily, I don't know why they don't just take us through there, but we'll go the way they say. It's more dramatic for you, the viewer, at home anyway. So onward to Maine. All right. And come into focus. We'll keep going. All right, everybody, you think you're done with the Rock Maze, but it sort of sucks you back in. Rock Maze is no joke. I have taken my first full body fall, got a little boo-boo, but are otherwise unharmed. So let's keep going. All right, everybody, check this out. AT drops you out of a ridge, basically onto some farm fields. So I blew past the Alec Kennedy shelter. I'm gonna try to get to the town of Boiling Springs. I'm doing that because Alec Kennedy shelter was really on a ridge. It's gonna be windy and cold. And there's a hostel in town. I might have availability, I might be able to get in. If not, there's a backpacker's campsite, although that is near a railroad track. But anyway, the chance to be warm is much appreciated, so we're taking the chance. The issue is that's going to be 18 to 19 mile day for me, which is much longer than anything I've tried. My feet are sore. We'll see if I pay for this tomorrow, but I'm going to try to boogie into town so that I don't burden the hostel owner by having her try to pick me up too late. So we'll see you in Boiling Springs. All right, we are in Boiling Springs. They're doing some construction, but they take you along the waterfront here. Got some ducks out on the water. You can probably hear the ducks. Seeing these ducks remind me of my wife and I bought a horse property a few years ago. Bought it in the wintertime before COVID. And there was a family of ducks living on the property. So we have 2 ponds, and the ducks would sort of spend their days just going from pond to pond. And there were 4 of them, and it sort of turned really cold. And one day, one of the ducks sort of got into our garage, and we realized it couldn't fly. My wife had to open the gate and sort of shoo it back to its family. And then about a week later, we didn't see that white duck anymore. And then maybe a couple weeks after that, another duck we just didn't see anymore. And then finally, there was only 1 duck, and we asked the neighbors if they had seen anything, and they said, yeah, a fox was getting the ducks. And then, pretty soon there were no ducks. And so my wife and I just felt really bad about that. But I don't know what else we could have done to save those ducks. And I don't know why we're rooting for the ducks anyway, not the fox. Perhaps the fox has a family to feed as well. But anyway, maybe this trip will teach me that, hey, nature is a rough and tumble place, and maybe I can let go of some of that guilt. But anyway, coming up to Boiling Springs, the pickup point for this hostel. So hopefully I'll do a wrap-up video once I get to the hostel. All right, everybody, thought I'd show you around Lisa's hostel. 25 bucks. I went ahead and gave her more because, again, I'm so grateful that she picked me up late. Look, it's pretty simple. Sort of 4 bunks. I'll throw my sleeping bag out there. She's also got a shower and some laundry. I didn't do laundry because I just did it last night. Went ahead and took a shower. Super nice person, just really helpful. So again, I'm really grateful that I get to sleep here as opposed to on a ridge in a tent in freezing temperatures. So I'll come back and hopefully wrap things up. Okay, let's wrap up day 10. We started on the previous page at Pine Grove Furnace, but this was really smooth walking. Some of the best walking that we've had until we sort of hit the rock maze here. And then from then on, it was pretty rocky, and you can see kind of up and down. Came off that ridge into the cornfields, made it all the way to 1124.3, Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania. So that was an 18.8 mile day. For me, that's an enormous day. My feet are sore, but we'll see how we feel in the morning. But this is good, right? Again, I get a better sleep, and then tomorrow, if I flip the page, as you can see, once we're leaving Boiling Springs, right, just super flat, right, as flat as you could possibly get through more farm fields, I believe. And our goal for the day is going to be to the Darlington shelter at 1138.6, and that'll set us up for, I don't know, roughly an 11-mile day or so into Duncannon. So the big day today, not only do I get to sleep in a warmer spot, but I also save a day to Duncannon, where I will probably take another 0 day or day off. So again, huge day. I'm pretty proud of myself for that kind of distance. We'll see if I pay for it, but again, thanks for all your support, and I'll see you on the next video.
If you enjoyed this video, I would ask 2 things. First, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those actions help us grow the community so that we can put more good out into the world. Second, when I'm not out on an adventure, I am a college professor. A college education can be transformative, but college is an expensive proposition. However, I think we can help, so I'm asking you to please donate to support scholarships for students at the Sam M. Walton College of Business at the University of Arkansas. There are 2 ways you can navigate to the donation page. First, you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen. Please have cookies enabled in your browser. The second method is to navigate to the URL that you see on the screen or in the description to this video. When you arrive at that page, what should you see? Well, you will be on the online giving website for the University of Arkansas. You should notice that the designation and the other department, program, or fund fields are automatically populated. That's going to tell the fundraising personnel to automatically associate any funds raised with our effort here on this channel. All you have to do is enter an amount and your personal information. I will keep you up to date with our fundraising progress as we move through the adventure. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the next video.